Hi, Namaste my dear students. Welcome to SRS Heritage School online classes. Session 8 of class 9. In previous session we have discussed about data, primary data and secondary data. Based on that we completed exercise number 1 also. Today's session I am going to teach how to represent the data, how to presentation of data, the presentation of data in different ways. So, as soon as the work related to collection of the data is over, then the investigator has to find out the ways to present them in a different form, which is meaningful and easily to understand and gives in main features at a glance. So, after collection of the data, everything is over, the investigator has to plan it, the way, which way is the best way to present them. Let us now recall the various ways of presenting the data through some examples. So consider the marks obtained by some 15 students in a mathematics test as given below. See, so there are 15 students marked in mathematics subject I am writing. Check it once, sir. 36 is 35. If I will take some 95, no problem. 36, 55, 95, 36, 73, 60, 42, 73, 24, 42, 78, 75, 78, 62 and 73. There are 15 students marks is given like this. So now, the way of representing the data, the data in the form is called, this is the data is given, this data in the form is called raw data. What is it? Raw data. Okay, raw data. So, by looking at in this form, you can find the highest value and lowest value. Highest marks, who scored highest marks and who scored least marks. But even some of the people, they can write them in ascending order or descending order. Any one order, then you come to know. Of course, here very 15 marks, 15 number of students only there. Then we can come to know that looking at itself, which is the highest mark and which is the lowest mark. Otherwise, if we arrange them in, if more than 20 or more than number is more, we can make them arrange them into ascending order or descending order. Without ascending and descending order itself, I can conclude it. This mark as what is the least mark and what is the highest mark if I take. If I take some 25 itself, then instead of 24 I'll make them go 25. So what is the highest mark here? 95 is the highest mark and 25 is the least mark. From the given raw data, what is the highest mark? What is the least mark? So highest mark is 95 and least mark is 25. The difference between the highest mark and lowest mark is called is nothing but range. Range. What is meant by range? Range is nothing but difference between the highest and the lowest mark. In any raw data, highest value minus least value is range. What is the range of this ungrouped data? Highest mark is 95 and the least mark is 25. 95 minus 25 is 70. So range of this data is 70. This is one of the presenting how to present data. This is raw data, and let them arrange in ascending or descending order. This is one way. And another way is ungrouped data. Ungrouped data, grouped data. What is meant by ungrouped data? How to frame a frequency distribution table for this data, for the given raw data. Recall that the number of students who have obtained a certain number of marks is called the frequency of the marks, of those marks. Certain particular students, the certain students have obtained a certain number of marks is called the frequency. What is called frequency? The number of marks scored. How many students particular marks they scored is called frequency. For instance, the frequency, 3 students got 73 marks here, or see 1, 2, 3. 3 students got 73 marks in this case. So in this case, in the given this data. So 3 students has got 73 marks. So the frequency of the 73 marks is what? 3. Frequency of the 73 is 3. And if you take another example, 36 is repeated twice. So what is the frequency of 36? 2. Number of times. How many times or how many students scored 36 marks is called the frequency. To make the data more easily to understand, this ungrouped raw data is more understanding more easily. So we write in a tabular form. In a tabular form given below. That's what I'll write now. I'll go for this. The tabular form is called the ungrouped frequency distribution table. Ungrouped frequency distribution table. Marks here and number of students. Make it in a tabular form notation. So here in raw data they are given different types of marks. So different numbers are there. Those all different numbers have to write in this. Find out what are the different numbers here. 25 1. Different one is this one. Marks only have. Tell me first marks, then I'll come to the frequency. Just will count and write. And 62, 73, 'See the different marks here: 25, 36, 42, 55, 60, 62, 73, 75, 78, 95. How many students got 25 marks in the group data? In this raw data, that is called frequency. Number of students is nothing but, this is nothing but only frequency. So how many students scored 25? Only one student is there. Like 36, there are 2 students. 42, there are 2 students. 55, only one. 60, only one. 62, one. 73, there are 3 students. 75, only one. 78, there are 2 students. And 95, 1. If I go for adding this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 14, 15. Total 15. Total is equal to, have to write here, 15. So this frequency distribution table, this is called ungrouped frequency distribution table. Next, what has come to the grouped frequency distribution table? We have to make them into groups. The same example I'll continue. This one also. So the way you have to find a grouped frequency distribution table. To present such a large amount, not only this one, if there are given 100 students marks or 200 students marks or 150 students marks, in such cases what have to do? That is the grouped frequency distribution table is easier than this one on group data also. So to present such a large amount of data so that we reach, so that the reader, whoever it is, either you or any other, the reader can make sense of it easily. We concentrate or condense it into groups like 20 to 29, how many, the marks, from 20 marks to 29, how many students they scored, 30 to 39, like 40 to 49. We have to make them as groups and so on. These groups are called classes. The groups are called classes or class intervals. Classes are class intervals, and their size is called class size or width of the class or class width. So, which is what is the size of the class also? Let us discuss there itself. In each of the classes, the least number is called lower limit and the highest number is called upper limit of the data. So let us recall once by using tally marks also. Of course, you have previous experience in lower grade, the tally marks. How many students? 3 students are there, 3 tally marks. Like 2 students are there, 2 in similar way. Now see, come to what is the way how to write them in the people between the classes, groups. Let us start with 0 to 29, 30 to 39, like this is mark score and tally mark, number of students. How to write first one is mark score, then tally mark and number of students. This is also called as frequency only. So let us go for groups first. We have divided into groups as 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 89, and then 90 to 99. Even 100 to 109 also, but the maximum mark is what here? 95. So 95 will be within this class, no issue. And the least mark is here 25. Based on the least mark and maximum mark, class marks will be divided. So these are called groups. This group is also called as class interval. In this class interval, these are the class intervals. In this class interval, the least value is the lower limit, greatest value is upper limit. What is the upper limit of 40 and 49? 49 is upper limit, 40 is the lower limit. What is the size of the class? The difference between the lower and upper is called the size of the class. That is 10 here. 20 to 29, size of the class is 10 itself. Now come to this one. How many students are there in this one? 20 to 29. Between 20 to 29, how many students are there? Just you count it. Only one student, but that is 25 marks. One tally mark with one student. 30 to 39. 30 to 39, there are 2 students. Frequency is 2, so denoted by tally mark 2. 40 to 49, how many students are there? 40 to 49, just count and tell me. There are also 2, so 2 tally marks, number is 2. 50 to 59, how many students are there? Only one student. Just look at that one and tell me. Frequency is 1. Similarly, 60 to 69, how many students are there? Count and tell me. There are 2 students. So 60 and 62, those. Next, 70 to 79, how many students are there? There are 70 to 79, count it. 6 students. So 6 students. But tally marks, be careful. 5, this is the way. Already we have learned. 4, from top to bottom to cross diagonally have to draw. This is called a 5. Tally mark, this is the one of the best principles you have to remember. 5 can be written as like this one. 6 are there, 5 and 1, 6. 80 to 89, how many students are there? No student at all, 80 to 89. So nothing, 0, 0 itself. And 90 to 91, 99, there are only one student, that is 95 marks, one tally mark. If we add this one total, we have to get it as 15 itself. So this is the way I have to write one of the representation data. This is very easy to understand. So this is called what is this? Is group data. This kind of thing is called group data. We are making them into groups. Those are class intervals, size of the classes, like this. Now here we observe the classes in the table are non-overlapping. So here classes 20 to 29, next one is 30 to 39. So these two are non-overlapping. Whatever number it comes in upper limit, if it, that is nothing but lower limit of the next class, those are overlapping. But these are now non-overlapping. So 20 to 29, 30 to 39. So these are non-overlapping. So such intervals are called, this kind of intervals are called inclusive class intervals. Such intervals are called inclusive class intervals. So we come to know there are another class interval also, exclusive class interval. So for example, in this table, if any student, of course here not there, if any student scored 39.5, 39.5 marks is scored. 39.5 marks is scored, then where it should be considered? Or else 49.5, 49.5 marks. So where you have to consider it? The particular student admitted into which class interval? Here we don't know them. Then this is because of the gaps between the classes. This is because of the gaps between the classes. So to fulfill these gaps, what have to do? You have to convert them into exclusive class intervals. So what are the exclusive class intervals? Upper limit of a class and lower limit of the succeeding class, immediate class, next class itself are equal. If this is 20 to 29, next one it must be 29 to 38 or 39. It starts from that, say, for example, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So now these both are equal or not? So next class is definitely 30 to 40. Now these are equal. Upper limit of a class, lower limit of the immediate class, both are same. Such class intervals are called exclusive class intervals. Inclusive, exclusive. Exclusive, equal, E, first letter E. Inclusive, they are not equal. So every inclusive class interval converted into exclusive class interval. In what way I have to convert it, sir? How to convert inclusive class interval to exclusive class interval? The difference between upper limit of a class, lower limit of the next class into half of the 1/2 times of the difference between upper limit of a class and lower limit of the immediate class. So what is the upper limit of this one? 30, and lower limit of upper limit of the class is 29 and lower limit of the next class is 30. The difference between them is 1. half of the difference of these two. Half of the difference of these two. This is half. One half is what? Half only. This half is added to the upper limit of a class, and this half is subtracted from lower limit of the class. Suppose this is only 20 to 29. 1 by 2 subtract from 20. 1 by 2 is added to upper limit. 1 by 2 is nothing but what? 0.5. So convert these classes into exclusive. 0.5 is subtracted from here. 0.5 is added. 0.5 subtract, 0.5 add. Upper limit addition, lower limit subtraction. If I take for here like 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. Now convert them into exclusive. This is inclusive class interval, exclusive class interval. 0.5 subtraction. 20 minus 0.5 is 19.5. 0.5 is add to here, 29.5. 0.5 is subtract here, 0.5 subtract from this, that is 29.5. 0.5 is added to here, 39.5. 0.5 subtract from the lower limit, 39.5. 0.5 added to upper limit. Now see, upper limit of a class and lower limit of the next class immediately same or not? The immediate class is same or not? Yes. Now, those are exclusive class intervals. Every inclusive class interval is converted into exclusive class intervals. So, this is the way how to calculate. So there are some problems related to textbook based on this one. Write a frequency distribution table by using tally marks, etc. Let us see a few problems from the exercise 2.